going on, everybody? It's your boy, DJ Matty C, the first episode of the Sports Zone mini-series. So, this is how it's going to go. We're going to do 5 topics within 5 minutes, and you get to get all your sports right here. It's going to be more local, but we'll get some national stuff in there too. Like, the World Series is going on. We got to talk about that, and we're going to talk about just recently Minnesota Vikings offensive coordinator Norv Turner has resigned as offensive coordinator, and Pat Shurmur will be replacing him. So that's just one of the many things that is coming on today's Sports Zone miniseries. All right, we're going to start things off here with topic number 5, people. Number 5. So, breaking news, the Vikings have announced that Norv Turner has resigned as offensive coordinator of the Vikings. Pat Shurmur will replace him, and it seems a little surprising to me because I thought Norv, aka Uncle Norv, was a pretty good offensive coordinator. A lot of people disagree with that. I think a lot of people wanted him out for a while. And yeah, some of the play calls definitely were something that were of concern. But I believe in Pat Shurmur. I think Pat Shurmur will do a great job as offensive coordinator. And we're just going to have to see what happens after that dismal game that the Vikings had on Monday night against the Chicago Bears. And we'll see what happens on Sunday at noon against the Detroit Lions. So it's a little surprising, but I think Pat Shurmur will get the job done. We'll see what happens. Moving on to number 4 in the Sports Zone mini-series, we got Ronda Rousey saying that it'll be one of her last fights coming up December 30th against Amanda Nunes. So my thoughts on that is I think that's good for her because, the UFC is rough and you can't be there for so long because it's a rough and tough sport and, it takes a toll. And I think having her being one of the last fights is good. But I think people want to see that Ronda Rousey Cyborg matchup. And I think that will happen. But I think after this Amanda Nunes fight, we'll see where things are at with her because, she can't do this forever. And, I really don't blame her. So if we're doing absurd or approved, it's got my stamp of approval with her being one of the last fights for her. And topic number 3, obviously. Moving on, we got Jim Kelly saying that Tom Brady is the greatest quarterback of all time. I think I definitely would agree with that. I think Joe Montana could be in the conversation as well. I'm not picking one side or the other because, I've watched Tom Brady. Tom Brady's probably the greatest quarterback of all time, I feel like. But in the conversation as well, you got to understand that Joe Montana's got to be in there too. So I think that is definitely up for debate. But if I were to pick right now, I'd probably say Tom Brady. But also, Joe Montana is definitely in that conversation as well. Let me know what you guys think of that too. Who is the greatest quarterback of all time? I already know Voldy's answer, so let's see who else picks either Brady or Montana or somebody. Moving on to our number 2 topic of the episode 1 of the Sports Zone mini-series. We're going to the NBA. Ray Allen finally retires and, claps out to him. Seriously, I think he was probably one of the greatest shooters of all time. Definitely had one of the best shots in the playoffs in Game 6 for the Miami Heat taking on the San Antonio Spurs. Happy retirement to Ray Allen, and he's definitely first ballot Hall of Famer in my eyes, so claps out to him. And topic number 1, the last topic, is definitely the World Series. We got to talk about the World Series. I think that's the biggest topic here, and it's the Cubbies and it's the Indians. Game 7 at Wrigley Field. You got to go with the Cubbies. Cubbies, I say, win 5-4 in extra innings. Chris Bryant, game-winning hit. That's what I say. But we'll see tonight, obviously. But I'm taking the Cubbies. So, Cubbies fans, You're finally getting your championship. So we'll see what happens. But thanks for tuning in to the Sports Zone mini series. We'll be back next week. But also Facebook Live. There could be a Facebook Live video tonight. There could be a Facebook Live video Thursday, Friday. Just expect one by the end of this week. All right. So from the Sports Zone mini series, I'm DJ Matty C, and everyone, you have a great day.